Evening all. Where's my bloody window gone? No. That's not it. Oh, here we are. I was looking at Darren Grimes. I want to have a chat about Darren Grimes, bless him. Struck by the hand of God. You're not on about that little fat fucker Maradona, are we? Hell of a player, but what a little twat, eh? Right, let's see if I can sort that picture out. There we go. How's that? It's not too bad, is it? Fucking hate will never... Hate. Yes, we've got a very, very broad brush for what constitutes hate these days, haven't we? Christ on a bike. So, how's everyone doing? It's been a fucking mental couple of days, hasn't it? Absolutely mental. Blue Nose, you did time this one well. Very good. Distract the sheep while passing a bill. Yeah, I don't doubt it, Paul. Anyway, there's only 68 in, so I will of course greet you all with the Oxbridge pleasantries. Pepper Le Pew, E. McMahon, Kevin Wright, Kirky Bally, Prof Andy, Two-Tone. Plenty of locals in. Husky, Craig Hewitt, Zardos, you are always in. Paul G, Derek Young, Slip, hello again. Mr. One Better, John Hunter, Trent Uyghur. Who else? Stu Burkett, now then. The Sash, Mark McCoy, Origami Pig, John Hunter, Bagpuss, Kev Wright, Davy Boy, hello there. Beard Monday. JP's Networking Channel, how you doing? Stevie C, Parmo, any man who eats a Parmo is welcome on this channel. Who else? Terry Wookfit, you're always in as well. Matty Wright, how you doing? PHRG, Papa Hotel Romeo Golf, you're new. How you doing? Blue Nose, Mark Anthony, The Reckoning, The Fall Guy, Ragnar, Iron Spear, Boondock, Stewie Burke, I've already said you. Brussels Smith, Barney bought a dildo. Barney bought a dildo? Well, we've all done that. Right. Geordie, hi crap at fucking hell. Who's that? Were you in the all girls call, Geordie? Right then. How's everyone doing? Sound, Rosebud, hello. Buffing, I think you need a better internet connection. Alright, Sergio as well. And Independent News Media with the always welcome. Hello, Matt. Right, that's done. So the first thing I want to talk about, right, before I get into all this shit, because I don't want to kick the arse out of what went on with the racist thing. The alleged racist abuse from a minuscule. I mean, if you're doing this proportionally or by a percentage of football fans, people who watch the match, an even broader umbrella like any human with a Twitter account, the percentages really are staggeringly small. Yes, Rab, I'm not going to be going on about this all night. But I'm not going to go on about it because Paz made a good video about it and we got a problem and who else? Rotten Politics. All the guys I watch have already talked about it, so I'm not going to kick the ass out of it. I will say, what I talked about on Monday was proved right? It was less than 20 or 30 people, apparently as little as 5, right? So when I've made jokes and said the amount of people doing this, you've probably got more people died in unidentified wanking related injuries in the last month than sent racial abuse on Twitter. Like, that is how rare it is. And apparently it's a big deal. Fucking lunacy. So, first things first, before I talk about that shit, I want to bring up Darren Grimes, right? Those of you that pay attention to British politics obviously know who Darren Grimes is, right? Those of you that don't, I will give you the short version. Darren Grimes is a working class Geordie bloke who, for the crime of setting up a Let's Leave the European Union organisation, a grassroots organisation, was hauled across the coals by a fucking rabid Remainer. Again, I keep talking about how this isn't about colour or gender or race or any of the other umbrella, anything under the umbrella of intersectionality. This is a genuine crisis that isn't going to go anywhere good. Light on his feet. Is that a reference to Darren being out and about? Darren is out and about, yeah. Again, I don't mention these things because it's fucking irrelevant to me. I don't care what he gets up to in his spare time. I care if he agrees with my politics. And I've got a lot more in common with Darren Grimes, minus the penchant for cock, than I have with most people. So I'm going to stick up for Darren Grimes, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why the treatment of this young lad, who, again, he's not massively my cup of tea. I don't think he stuck up for David Starkey correctly. I think he's far too interested in playing ball, trying to get a media career out of it. He's very, very milquetoast. But he's all right. He's all right. He's entitled to his opinion, right? And the way they're going about Darren Grimes, I swear to God, you would think he was a baby raper, right? You would think he was a baby raper. I mean, that's the worst thing I can think of. It is unbelievable, the vitriol he gets, right? And I was surprised to see that he was trending today on Twitter. So I clicked on the link on the side of the screen. Again, and he loves a selfie. He's a young lad. I'm not my cup of tea. Darren, I know you've obviously got your Hollywood teeth squared away. All right, RP, how you doing? I've just name dropped you, mate. I directed people to your video if they want to see the numbers. I'm not going to bother because yourself, Paz, and Bert have done such a good job of it. So I'm not going to bore everyone with the numbers, but safe to say, it was a couple of fucking 100 people out of a billion Twitter users and a billion Instagram users, and apparently a couple of 100 people, yeah, a smaller minority of people than have swam the channel or been up Everest, right, who go in to watch the football, have been horrible cunts, and apparently that makes it international news. But we'll talk about that in a bit. I'm on about Darren Grimes, right? Fucking Brian Moore. Brian Moore has got a face only a mother could love. Brian Moore, the honking bit of kit that he is, his mother used to pull the fucking pram. She used to feed him with a Black Widow. When Brian Moore was born, the midwife slapped his fucking mum. So let's get this selfie off the page, by the way, to annoy me. Anyway, so Darren Grimes was getting tortured today because of this, right? It says, there are messages and tweets that purport to be authored and sent by me. They are fake. There are also a whole load of threats of violence. Guess what? Twitter reckons they're unable to spot any issue with any of this. It's one rule for the left and quite another for all the others. The ridiculous tweets that he's talking about, I'm hoping someone will put them up here. But basically, I have no reason to doubt Darren Grimes' word on this, because it was an apparently private message between him and another bloke. And another bloke is saying, Darren was caught wanking, having a crafty pocket wank under the desk when he was about 14. I think he said he was in year 9. And Darren Grimes responded by saying, on these alleged messages, Darren Grimes was saying, if you don't take this shit down, I'm going to sue you. Now, when he said these messages are fake, I have no reason to believe him, to disbelieve him, because there's 3 reasons why, right? Like I always tell you guys, instead of waiting for digging through all the shit. Hello, Mocha, first time on chat. Welcome, Multi-Mac. How are you doing? Instead of digging through shit on the internet, the first thing you should do, and I'm telling you, you even do this with everything I say, anything Rotten Politics says, anything Paz says, because we don't want to live in an echo chamber like these clueless, far left fucking hornblowers, right? Just apply the common sense test. Does it ring true in your gut? Trust your gut. That's what they teach you in the military, right? Trust your instinct. So before I even read Darren Grimes' rebuttal, where he's just said, listen, these tweets weren't sent by me and they're fake, I was already leaning towards these tweets, this going back and forth, this message is fake because of 3 reasons that instantly jumped out at me. Like the racist tweets jumped out at me and I thought, hang on a sec. These look like they might be getting sent by lefties. These look like they might be getting sent by commies trying to make yet another narrative about everybody in England's a racist. It's the same thing here. Yes, Tommy, nothing wrong with a hand shuffle. Now, this is, okay, there's number 4. That wasn't what I was going to say, but number 1, in the messages he refers to his lawyer. He says, I'm going to set my lawyer on you. British people use the term solicitor, right? Secondly, as you've just said there's nothing wrong with tugging yourself off when you're 13. It's the short version. And obviously it's quite funny that someone said he was caught under a desk because there was lads in my school who used to find it funny to beat themselves off in peculiar places. I had a mate called Woodsy who was constantly pulling the fucking head off it. He must have had a 2-inch Chinese burn constantly up the length of his cock because he couldn't fucking leave it alone. And it become a sort of like a running joke. Woodsy likes pulling himself off with alarming frequency. If you do not sit on the back seats if Woodsy's up there, or you are going to get some baby batter splatters on the front of your fucking trousers. So it's not the crime of the century for a teenage boy to be pulling himself off at school and get caught doing it, right? There's the second one. Third of all, Darren Grimes is surely clever enough to know, because he's spent the last week talking about how insulting people isn't the crime of the century. He's clever enough to know that hypocrisy is rank if you've spent a week talking about how it's not the end of the world if people insult you on the internet, and then first thing you do when someone insults you is threaten them with legal action. So there's 3 big ones. It just doesn't ring true. So when Darren says these hello Tina Fiveston, obviously I love the Scandi, they've got good common sense people, the Scandis, most of them, and it's just, I have no reason to disbelieve him. But the point I'm getting at, yes, hormones, Kirky. The point I'm getting at, so I don't believe he sent them. But even if he did, the vitriol that comes towards him, an unending amount of it, is absolutely shocking. And I just point out to one of these dipshits and said, like, this is the best example of how repellent champagne socialists are. Because this was an old fella picking on him. I was like, an old bloke just purely despises a young lad from a council estate because he respected a referendum result and voted for dull centrists like fucking Boris Johnson. I said, have a look in the mirror. You lads are fucking awful people, and you don't even know it. And I swear to God, I mean this with every fibre of my being. Darren Grimes, whether or not you like him or not, whether or not you think Darren Grimes is a bit of a milquetoast, fucking self-serving twat, whatever. There's a lot of people who come across. I think Darren Grimes is all right. He's entitled to his opinion, whatever you think of him. He's an innocent man. He's never committed a crime. He's not even impolite. He is the very definition of a dull, centrist, middle-of-the-road, pleasant, polite chap. And the hatred and the vitriol that gets directed to him by hundreds of thousands of left-wing activists on Twitter really does take your breath away. And then I tried to defend the kid and it just got constant shit off a load of communists. Look, so there's 6 of them having to go. The angry bootlicker. Like, that's original. Yeah. Bootlicker. Let's have a look at his communist. Yeah. He, him, Scottish Maoist. and this is the thing. They think they're moral, right? And they spend all of the time genuinely harassing. Loads of them, look. Loads of them. Scally. Oh, they're always jocks and scousers as well, loads of them. PhD student. Oh, yes, I'm a PhD. So they're all, like I keep saying, it's class-based hatred. It's not about your colour. It's not about your religion. It's not about your sexuality. It's class-based hatred. Darren Grimes is poor. He's from a working-class background. That's what I typed in. Darren Graham's a working class lad, reviled and aggressively mocked in a manner that far outweighs any of the shit our incompetent footballers got. 150 insults directed at them. He gets thousands every single day. And all he ever did wrong was respect a referendum result and voted for a fucking boring centre-left party. They absolutely fucking despise him. And what I'm saying is this. This isn't going to lead anywhere good. I've been fucking black-pilled for a long time. But when a kid is innocent, let's just use the term innocent. I'm not talking baby Jesus, meek and mild fucking innocent. But what I'm saying is the man has never ever committed a crime, been accused of anything improper. He hasn't been any of these lefty feminists. He's never been accused of being a rapist. He's never been accused of being a violent sociopath or a narcissist or a thug. There's nothing wrong with him. The only crime Darren Grimes has ever committed is disagree with communists. And the hatred that he gets directed at him is proof of what I've been saying for a long time. This isn't going to go anywhere good. I think we've passed the point of no return now. And where we are leading can only lead to large-scale public disorder. Because if they have that much intolerance and hatred towards someone as dull as Darren Grimes, you know where this is going. Do you think if the communists seized power, Darren Grimes would be a free man? They'd lock him in a fucking gulag. You know it, and I know it. Darren Grimes would not be walking the streets. They would go, oh, well, it's regretful that we have to, but for society, for the good of the people, in the fucking salt mine you go. So what chance have people like me got? What chance have people like you got? Disagree, because he disagrees politely and respectfully. I disagree aggressively and passionately. I'd get salt mines at best, bullet in the fucking head at worst. These people are fucking despicable. And the most dangerous thing about them is, this is why they're dangerous, right? Like C.S. Lewis is that great quote by C.S. Lewis. People like this will torment us in perpetuity because they are convinced of the moral righteousness of the cause. They butcher, torture, hound an innocent kid like Darren Grimes, and they rub their hands together with glee when he seems to get upset by it because he's a bit of a pussy. They love it. If, God forbid, Darren Grimes got so wound up by it, because he seems a bit wet to me, and flung himself in front of a fucking train, they would love it. They would be partying on Twitter. These moral people, these moral busybodies, would be loving it. I'm not even joking. Do you see that Kathy Griffin with the head there, holding a dismembered fucking head covered in blood? And she's like, yeah, look at me, look how moral I am. They would have a party on social media if Darren Grimes ended his own life. He's an innocent man. He's done nothing to hurt anybody. All he's done is express himself at the ballot box, and they want his fucking blood. Thousands of them. It's lunacy. So I feel genuinely as if we've got past the point of no return here. If someone as dull as Darren is seriously getting as much shit as he gets, we are in the fucking shit, boys and girls. I am telling you. I don't see us being able to walk this back with just a couple of elections. I fucking don't. And where's the last twat who's having a go at me? Yeah, so there we go. The angry bootlicker. Yeah, cheers, communist. Yeah, I'm mega bothered what a communist has to say. A Maoist, for fuck's sake. What was the death toll of Mao's fucking little political expositions? What was that? His little exploits. What happened? 70, 80, 90 million people? This fucker. The angry bootlicker. Maoist. A bloke who killed 80 fucking million people with his great leap to the fucking graveyard. And this guy with a sniper scope on his fucking profile picture. Proud Scottish Maoist. Calling everyone a nonce cunt. This guy thinks he's the good guy. This is where we are now. He thinks he's moral. Sniper scope, Maoist, everyone's a nonce. He thinks he's the good guy And Darren fucking Grimes is worthy of utter contempt, possibly violence. That's what this guy thinks. And Twitter's alright with that. Because he's a fucking lefty. Right? Rotten Politics. Ooh, he disagrees with Jack Dorsey. Fucking ban him. Seriously, what? It's not rocket science, ladies and gents, is it? Who's another dipshit who's having a go at me? The Angry Bootlegger. Again, yeah, the dead original. The Angry Bootlegger. Yeah, fucking cheers. Please don't gender assume. Fuck off. Yeah, this guy. That's what he said, right? So this knobhead was yet another one fucking having a go. And he said, I thought it was because he threatened legal action after having a crafty wank. Like, first of all, you're not funny. And mocking a bloke for pulling himself off, even if it was true. He didn't rob a fucking post office, did he? He didn't Roger a prostitute with a sawn-off shotgun. He apparently, allegedly, well, I don't think he did, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He allegedly pulled himself off under the fucking desk when he was 12, right? Nobody cares. It's not funny. It's unoriginal. And it's probably fictional. And I said to this thick twat, apparently it's a fake. Logically, it doesn't make any sense. And he's like, not according to his cousin. And I was like, listen, who gives a fuck? Everyone was fapping themselves in school. My point is, you lads love having a pop at anyone that disagrees with you and you cry when you get some back. What are you, 50? I said, what you're interested in teenagers wanking themselves off for anyway? And he said, oh yeah, having a pop at anyone that disagrees with you. Why am I not surprised at this hilarious hypocrisy? Hypocrisy. Again, that is every pot in the fucking cosmos calling the world's largest kettle fucking black. It's lunacy. And I said, I'm not defending him for pulling himself off because he didn't rob a post office. I'm asking you why baying communist mobs that form 10 times a day think that's totally acceptable. But when anyone else is slightly rude or insulting on Twitter, get the fucking police involved. I mean, do you not see the point I'm making here? So 10,000 people can tell Darren Grimes they're going to kill him, stab him in the eye, because he voted for Boris Johnson, a milquetoast leader of a legal British party, the oldest one in the country. They can say, we're going to kill you, motherfucker. But if you say, Rashford, you fucking loser, or Tom Daly, do you remember? Tom Daly, your dad would be ashamed of you, knobhead. Fucking police round your house. I mean, get a fucking grip. Get a grip. Insulting Tom Daly, police knock on your door. 10,000 communists want to murder Darren Grimes because he politely disagrees with them. And the coppers will knock on your fucking door. I mean, are you pulling my pisser? You don't have to see that this is going to lead to nowhere good. That's all I'm saying. Darren Grimes, I'll draw a line under it. I'm repeating myself. But the short version is, ladies and gents, Darren Grimes is fucking all right. Oh God, there's no mods on tonight, and Matty B, the bloke who isn't a troll and doesn't tell lies, is just constantly making alts to spam my fucking channel. Let me just get on that. So yeah, it's doing my head in. The boy loves a hashtag on crafty wanker. Again, I like the way he says why you're defending him. Like, I don't feel I have to defend a bloke who pulls himself off when he's a teenager. There we go. See you later. Must you make me take time out of my day to do admin? Really? Let's get back to what I was talking about. So yeah, I'll draw a line on that to finish up because I'm boring everybody. So yeah, Darren Grimes, dull, pleasant, middle of the road, thousands of threats of violence every day, nobody gives a fuck. Marcus Rashford, useless fucking cunty that he is, couldn't hit a cow's ass with a shovel, misses a penalty, and yeah, you're not allowed to insult him. You're not allowed to say, you're a bit of a twat, or you get a police knock on your door. So figure out what we're doing. Figure out where we're at. Figure out if you think this is going to end anywhere good. We are heading for the inevitable. And this isn't this is not hyperbole. If you've read any long books, if you read any history at all, you know where this leads, right? You don't just think about this logically, right? Everything leads to somewhere. There is an inevitable conclusion to disorder, to chaos. Constantly having a pop and banging heads doesn't just go on forever. If it goes on forever, it's like shaking a can. It's like pulling the fucking head off it. There's a nice metaphor. He's been talking about Darren. It's like pulling the head off it, right? If you keep tugging, something's gonna fucking go off. Right? I'm quite proud of that metaphor. If you keep pulling the fucking head off it, eventually the head pops off. Yeah? You can't keep going at each other like it has been for the last sort of 10, 15 years and not have the inevitable happen. And the inevitable happen is the communists and the fascists fight in the fucking streets. And the fascists always win because the communists are always bourgeois, middle class, lefty fucking arseholes. And that's what we've got now. Everyone going after Darren Grimes, if you click on the profile, they're all like PhD students. And you know who the blokes are who are going on the right wing because they're getting pissed off with all of this stuff. And they're going, you know what? Fuck it. I didn't want to become some sort of loony right wing cunt. But if you're going to force me to pick between full-blown communists who will put me in the gulag or right wing arseholes who will merely deport a shitload of people that I'm not really very comfortable with, but they will leave me and mine alone, right? Who's going to win? And who are you going to support? Michael Howard made this point many years ago. You know Michael Howard, the old Conservative Prime Minister? Michael Howard said, if you force far-left ideology onto people, you're just creating fascists. And he is an intelligent man. His parents fled to the UK in the Second World War, Jewish background. He's an intelligent man. He said, if you ram far-left politics down people's throats, you're just making the next generation of fascists. And I can't put this any more simply than I'm trying to do now, as politely, as reasonably as possible. You guys know my politics. I've got 2 years worth of videos and probably about 1,000 hours of content, right? I don't support the far right or even the very right wing. On every political compass I've ever done, I've done several videos about it. I'm centre left. I'm socially liberal, small government, liberal chap. I'm pro-gay everything. I'm pro-general. Do you. As long as it doesn't impugn on my rights. But that is as simple as I can make it. If you're going to force me, when these two heads collide and the centre vanishes, if you're going to force me to pick between communists who will leave a mountain of skulls or fascists who will simply stomp on people's rights and throw a load of people out the country and basically have us in a sort of police state, but will leave me and my immediate family alone because I tick their boxes, right? If you're going to force me to pick one of those two and I've only got two options, then obviously I'm going to reluctantly go for the group that seems to be less likely to want to kill me and my wife and my family. Is as simple as I can put it. And these lunatic, intersectional fucking communists, they will have us in the salt mines. So normal people will go, fuck. If the alternative is pick... hang on, it's confusing when you're back to front. Yeah, if the alternative is lefty loonies who lock us in gulags, destroy the economy and kill everybody, or right-wing fascist arseholes who will be a bit authoritarian and do the old Pinochet helicopter rides for political distance, but basically leave me and my immediate family alone, then that's the person that I'm going to reluctantly support, isn't it? And that's where you're going to get. That's where you're going to end up. So we need to walk this back from the brink. And I honestly feel as if they don't get it. These people, they're so emboldened by Silicon Valley because social media sent everyone a bit fucking doolally tap. They actually think they're going to win. Middle class, champagne socialists, Guardian readers, soft-skinned, heavily moisturised fucking Jessies, like Owen Jones, they think they're going to win against working class lads like we've just seen who've been smeared and riled up into a fury by the fucking likes of the BBC and Channel 4. They think they're going to win. The soy boys, Owen Jones, the blue-haired, 8-ton of metal shit in your face, militant, morbidly obese, 5'1" lesbian, thinks they're going to win a fight against 50,000 scaffolders. I don't know how. Geordie, you must know. Geordie's from a rough northern town. Who's going to win? Guardian readers or scaffolders? Who's going to win? Purple-haired, metal shit in the face, coach balled through the tongue, severe limp, arse like the back end of a bus, left-wing lesbian, or bricklayer? Who's going to fucking win? So please, lefties, please, walk back from the brink. This is my message for you, just after getting annoyed with them all picking on Darren Grimes. Walk back from the brink. Be as civil as Darren Grimes is. Be as polite as Darren Grimes is. Because if you force everybody to pick a side, you will fucking lose. 9 out of 10 bootnecks will fucking side against you. Probably 99 out of 100. We'll have most of them veterans, the paras, the marines, the special forces, the bricklayers, the plumbers, the taxi drivers, the fucking labourers, the hod carriers, the fucking welders. And you'll have PhD students, graduate students, Guardian readers, Channel 4, Kathy fucking Newman and Diane Bastard Abbott. I mean, seriously. I could put both arms behind my back and headbutt my way through fucking 95 of them. It's not even, I mean, I'm trying to be honest, so they watch this, hopefully. Matty Beale'll show them it all. And they'll go, oh yeah, maybe we're heading for a dangerous place. Maybe this isn't going to go anywhere good, because if the communists fight the fascists in the streets, guess who fucking wins? It's the fucking right-wing nutters. And you can even see why Thatcher and Reagan and the like turned a blind eye to Pinochet. Because Pinochet killed a few thousand political dissidents, took them for the free helicopter rides, but Reagan and Thatcher must have been looking at that going, you know what? He's an arsehole. They're basically doing the same equation that we are doing, working class people will do, except on a world lead level, aren't they? They're basically watching that and going, yeah, well, if I just sort of toe the line and just sort of quietly step away from the fascist, and he kills a few thousand people with his free helicopter rides, that's bad, but America will be safer, and Britain will be safer, because he's keeping a lid on communism, and communist ideology, as we are seeing, is the death knell of civilizations. Millions will die if communist ideology takes root. The division and hatred and discord they've successfully fermented between tens of millions of people will kill tens of thousands. There's no such thing as a bloodless revolution. Again, read some history books. The French Revolution. The deaths don't number in the hundreds. And the deaths don't stop the day after the revolution. Then comes the terror. If they get the revolution they want, tens of thousands will die. And then the economy will collapse. And maybe hundreds of thousands will die of deprivation, starvation, the elderly, the sick, they won't get the medicine anymore. Revolution is terrible. Terrible. And AOC and the Squad and the sort of worldwide communist movement has got people thinking that a revolution's a good idea. Let's have a revolution, yeah, revolution. There's no such thing as a bloodless revolution. Thousands die in the violence, tens of thousands die in the aftermath, hundreds of thousands die of starvation, deprivation, no access to drugs, no clean water, fucking healthcare collapses, the lot. So, seriously, read some fucking long books and come back from the brink. I am begging you. Because I don't want to sit here, look out my window and see a fucking enraged scaffolder with a fucking lump of 4B2 stoofing in a fucking student's head in the middle of the street while 20 purple-haired soy boys shriek in terror. A small part of my animalistic tribal brain may find that funny, but the civilised bit at the front will go, this is fucking terrible. Why did we have to do this? Right? I'm done. Why is American politics of importance to the borough? Because, Steve, I can answer that one for you. American politics is important to the borough because we are merely an outpost of the American empire. And where the United States goes, we follow. That's why they call the president the leader of the free world. He fucking is. And it starts in America and it makes its way over here. And all of this fucking shit came out of the universities in the States, and now it's took hold in Great Britain. And fucking hell, your question is a stupid one, isn't it? Because look what happened when George Floyd got killed. An American copper killed one fucking career criminal, and we had them rioting in Glasgow. In fucking Glasgow. One copper kills one criminal in a foreign country 3,000 miles away, and they set shit on fire in Leeds. Does that answer your question? I hope so. Right, I didn't really do much news today, did I? I don't want to talk about this. Like I said, if you want to go get the real statistics from this shit, hate will never win. Yeah, well, it will. Hate will win, Jaden, but it won't be racist hate, because there was only 150 people abused you out of 1 billion. Out of 1 billion Twitter users, there was 150 people. You get more people kill themselves wanking in front of the screen every fucking month. So, no, the racists won't win. They won't. Most people aren't racist. 99.9999999% of people aren't racist. But hate will win, because the communists are stalking it. Their hatred and contempt for the working class. They will win. Hate will win. And you will get your glorious revolution. And it won't go fucking well for you. It will not go well. Please walk back from the brink. I implore you. On about how it's class-based. Have I got news for you? This one was a fucking corker. Let's see if I can find that. Where are they? Yeah, look at that one. Look at that one. Have I... See me talk about how this is class-based. Have I got news for you? Upper crust, middle class, highly educated, clueless fucking arseholes. Look at that tweet. Amid calls to ban racist football fans, clubs argued they'd struggle to survive with attendances of 12. It's like they want everybody to murder each other. Look, you've just called the entire working class fucking evil. It's basically what you've done. When you call someone a racist, it's a very bad insult, because you're saying you are ignorant, you are fucking clueless, you don't know anything about human evolution, you don't know anything about the fact that humanity came from the Horn of Africa and we almost went extinct and we're all related, and that's why a Somalian can fuck an Eskimo and have 10 kids, but a horse can't do it to a zebra, sorry, I've been in America too long. You don't know anything. You've called 99% of the country a bunch of ignorant, hateful, bigoted cunts, and you are going to reap the whirlwind if you don't stop it. Because if the entire Middlesbrough fucking stadium is full of burly northern steelworkers, and when they see shit like that, they go, you know what? Fuck it. Let's kick off. So you think hate's not going to win, Jaden? If you lads don't pack it in, it fucking is. And it's not going to be hate from the racists. It's going to be hate from the middle-class Guardian readers, the contempt and spite and savagery and hatred they have for the working classes, for Darren Grimes, for football fans, for plumbers, for bricklayers, for white van men. Emily Thornberry, oh my God, he's got an England flag outside of his fucking house. He's basically a pedo. In fact, he's worse than a baby raper. He isn't. You are stoking the division, the hatred. Hate will win if the left has a say in it, because they want to usher in the glorious revolution. Only thing is, they won't fucking win the glorious revolution, and we'll get a few 100,000 dead babies as a result of it. Short version, yeah? Short version. So there we go. Hate will win if the left don't stop playing silly buggers, right? Please stop playing silly buggers, lefties. And I guess I'm nearly done, right? Oh, yeah, one last thing I want to talk about. Yep, you've already been aware the mural of Marcus Rashford wasn't written with any abusive racism on it. It said something like, you couldn't hit a cow's ass with a shovel, you useless twat. No mention of race was made. They lied, once again, to paint you, the great British public, 70 million of you, as racist, bigoted, xenophobic shit cunts with no fucking clue about anything, and they lied. They lied. It was actually about 150 people out of fucking 70 million. and it's a non-story, but they wanted to smear you all as clueless vegetables with the IQ of a pull-along duck, and they successfully did it. And did it wind you up? It fucking wound me up. Let's finish on this, just to make the case that Joe Public is not a fucking idiot, because it hasn't got 70 million signatures. It's got 676,000 signatures, which is probably about the amount of people that read the fucking Guardian and regularly tune into the BBC, isn't it? If you sign this petition, you are a verified shit cunt. I don't know about a verified social media user, but you are a verified fuckknuckle. You have got the IQ of a pork pie, a fucking beef lasagna, or anything else in the frozen section. You have got no fucking clue what you are doing. Let me do this as simply and as quickly as I possibly can, because I've been talking too long and I'm getting a sore fucking throat. The reason the internet has to stay free is because lots of important things happen on the internet. You've got journalists, you've got whistleblowers, you've got fucking spies and shit. You've got people who are abused. You've got rape victims fucking living with people that are torturing them. And they need to get out, but they need some anonymity to do it. And that's why the internet has to be free and open. And because of a few millionaires getting insulted, you want to get rid of a free and open internet. A few millionaires got insulted. Literally, that's what racist insults are. It's an insult. Verbal abuse, not physical. Nobody fucking threw a brick at Marcus Rashford. Nobody stabbed Jadon Sancho in the eye. Nothing happened other than verbal abuse. And as a result of 150 cunts from 70 million, mathematically negligible, doing a bit of verbals, you want to ruin the fucking internet. Destroy it. Remove anonymity. You can't do shit without them knowing your name and your address, and they will come for you eventually. And this is why we change the laws in tiny increments very carefully, and we take our time and we worry when we make changes. Because what happens when a new government takes over and it isn't the fuckers that you liked or you thought were going to win when you signed the petition? What if some crazy far-right fascist government takes the reins next year and they've already signed this shit into law, and all of a sudden people who I would agree with, like gay rights activists, yeah, I'm pro-gay marriage, all of a sudden they're getting rounded up because everybody knows who's who? You are a fucking lunatic if you sign that petition. You have got no clue at all. You are myopic. You see what's right in front of you, but you don't have the brains of a baboon, and you can't go 6 steps ahead and think, where will this lead to if I sign this petition? It is a terrible, terrible idea and a massive overreaction, not to physical abuse, but verbal abuse. Some blokes got insulted. You tell the blokes, fuck me, pull your trousers up, put on your big boy pants, and say, oh, you've just insulted me, suck my fucking cock, loser. That's how you respond to insults. That's how the angry Bootneck responds to insults. Death threats, I've had fucking hundreds of them. I've showed you guys some of my favourite ones. Some fucker tells me he's going to punch me till my lips fall off. I respond with, let's try it, fatty. I'll punch you till the fucking Battenberg crumbs fall off your dirty sweater, you scruffy, fat, walrus-faced fucking meatball. That's what you do when you get insulted. You respond in kind, and then you go, ha-ha, and you log off and you get on with your fucking day. What you don't do is go, I got insulted, holy fucking shit, let's change the internet. Let's fuck the world. That's not what you do. Respond in kind, have a cup of tea and fucking relax, right? Balmy bastards. I can't believe it's down to me. Once again, the uneducated working class scum has to tell myopic, educated fuckwits with PhDs that this shit is a bad idea because I've got that uniquely human trait and I can imagine something 6 months down the line. Fuck me, these people really do. That's what separates humanity from the rest of the animal kingdom, and these left-wing cunts have got the bastard sense of a border terrier. That's why a dog can't save up its biscuits and think, I better save these biscuits up and in 2 years' time I'll have enough to trade them for a biscuit depository. No, the reason we are separate from the animal kingdom is because we can imagine, we can envisage, we can go, I can scrimp and save and I can aim for the stars, and if I do this I can go to the moon and I can colonise Mars. Fucking Guardian readers have got the IQ of a border terrier, a fucking stray alley cat, you lick your arsehole because you can't fucking envisage what might happen if you really put your mind to it and do something a year down the line. You've got the impulse control of a fucking prepubescent, overly hormonal, heroin-addicted teenage lesbian. It's lunacy. A histrionic one at that. What a bunch of fucking maniacs. Seriously, if you know anyone, if anyone on your Facebook sends you this, send them my way. And just start this video about, 38 minutes in, and say, just listen to this guy. Because you've got no impulse control, no imagination, and no common sense. You fucking spunk trumpet. Right? Done. I've shot my wad there. I've got a sore throat. I've had enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. As usual, 333 hours up to there. I think I broke a record. Fuck you, Susan. Susan, see that? Sit on it. The winged beast of Silicon Valley will not be victorious. Right, I'm off. Ladies and gentlemen, Kate, better late than never. Thank you for doing my admin role for me. Yeah, don't listen to Rab. You do a good job. Okay, I'm off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I will talk to you shortly. Alright? Like it, share it, buy me some booze. Or don't. I'll never hold it against you. Good night, everyone. Appreciate it very much. See you later. Don't dare sign. Mitch, if you sign that, we will fucking fall out.